journey of a season shows ups and downs. It's what takes place when you're down that determines what kind of man you are. As the sun rises upon the Big Three at the Big E, many drivers' quests to be king started very early. It's go time for these drivers, and what has went right for some and wrong for many. Tonight, these drivers get to rewrite the script from the lows. Who shows scars, wounds from battles? Who here needs to rewrite their script?
Grass Kaiser goes upside down. Billy slams forward into the wall. And we have absolute carnage on the front stretch. Walkman goes up in the air, end over end.
And after this track on the backstretch, several of these cars are going home. It's time to rewrite the script. This is your live coverage of the Kings of Millertime. The fourth king awaits. We will crown one king tonight here at Eldora Speedway. As the cars are on the track for hot lap sessions, we are moments away from qualifying here tonight. I'm your host, Ryan Griffith. I'll have your call all night long with all of these 360 Outlaw sprint cars. Take a look around the speedway with this hot lap session that is out there on the speedway right now. Cars trying to work in the track there a little bit. There's what your times look like right now. There's the last lap times. They're posted. So hot lap sessions is concluded. We're going to kick it over here into qualifying is next. But your fastest there in hot lap sessions was Sean Stevens at a 13.062. He was your fastest out there in the hot lap session. So coming up next, you're going to have qualifying here in moments from now. As we get these hot lap sessions underway, a few more groups that'll be out there on the track. And when those guys are finished up, we will be set for qualifying action around Eldora Speedway. Qualifying is going to matter a lot tonight. 50 big laps around Eldora. Each group's getting 5 laps around the Eldora Speedway, and we'll keep that ticker up there for you to see who the fastest cars are out there. Seen Jeff Flair turning some pretty good lap times there, down to 13.149. We had video there of him. Zach Dykstra turning good times at a 13.120. Chase Wolf, 13.082. We seen him run second last night behind Sean Stevens in the night before the Kings of Millertime. More cars that have been out there on the speedway. Ben Wart, one of them, come back into the dirt side. He was on the asphalt. Used to be a very, very solid driver on dirt. Didn't see much of him last night. Maybe he's been taking his time to see what he's got for tonight. Got Kenny Hoffman out there. He was your points champion. Danny Hoffman turning a 13.188 there. Several drivers in the 13.1s. Only 3 drivers that has gotten down below that mark. Larry Bell pulls the Bell IT Solutions down pit road there after he had his hot lap session in that 53 machine. The lucky old 14 of Ben Wart will have the first pill draw out tonight for qualifying. That is what is next on the schedule. Coming up next, you got qualifying here in just a few minutes from now, as payday is on the line for a lot of these drivers. Some drivers said that it's the most that they've ever been paid in iRacing, and it's going to be delivered right here for the Kings of Millertime. The 4th one awaits. Who is that king? Who are we going to crown as the king? We've had Brandon Voiles as king. We've had Troy Flero as king, and most recently we've had Clayton Tilley as king. Will we see a repeat is the question. Either Brandon Voiles or Clayton Tilley has that ability to do so. But several good drivers that are here tonight could get it done. Tyler Street, Gavin Chatham's here. Nice Joby Lock. Struggled last night at the night before. He's hoping for a little better outing for his Kings of Millertime run. Looking to see if he can get that 17 on the podium tonight and cash in on some money. And we are ready for qualifying. That concludes all of your hot lap sessions for this evening. Now is go time for these drivers. They had their time to get that car dialed in before they go out onto the speedway. So your first car that's going to be out there tonight is going to be that 14 machine of Ben Wart. We'll see him roll out here in just a moment. As Ben Wart is out there on the track now, we are trying to get you that footage here in just a minute, as we're having some issues with our cameras. As soon as we are able to do so, we'll get that over to you. There we are. We apologize for that issue that we had there. As Ben Wart out there, or I'm sorry, Jeff Flero out onto the track there, as he just completed his lap time there, sitting on top of the pole position at a 13.236. As that next car is out there is a Millertime Motorsports boy, the 84 of Brandon Surratt. Surratt there looking for a good lap time here, coming across the line for his first lap, and he will post a 13.275. Next car out there, that black and red 66, that's going to be Jason Haynes. 66 machine. He's a Canadian driver. Making a long trip over here to Eldora. First lap of the 13.418. 13.418. Second lap for Jason Haynes. Gonna be just a little bit slower there. Not by much, but he's gonna be fourth quick on the board. Next car out there is the 76 machine. He's from York Haven, Pennsylvania. That's Bryson Hay. His first lap's going to be fifth quick at a 13.669. 13.669. Second lap for him will be quicker to 13.394, moving him up into the fourth spot. Next out there in the 4-star machine, that is Tyler Street. Tyler Street in the 4-star machine from Fredericktown, Ohio. Getting a little whopper job there coming out of turns 4. Have to try to do something here on his final lap to post time. First lap did not count where he touched the wall there. Coming out of 4, here's his lap time. Going to set a 13.305. It's going to be good enough for fourth quick. Next out there is the Bitcoin machine, 18 of Zach Dykstra. Zach Dykstra in the 18. Dykstra from Des Moines, Iowa. Here, his best Kings of Millertime finish is 6th. First lap time is going to be a 13.556. 7th quick on his first lap. Second lap will be faster to 13.212. Quick time for Zach Dykstra. Dykstra sets quick time at a 13.209. Next driver out there is a Millertime Motorsports and a Bell IT Solutions, the number 53, Fort Worth, Texas. That's the 53 of Larry Bell. Larry Bell in the 53 machine. First lap for him at a 13.393. Second lap for Bell will be a little slower to 13.431. Next driver out there is going to be the 97 of Alex Hanna. Alex Hanna in the 97 machine. First lap for Hanna going to be a 13.233. Put him in the second spot for Alex Hanna. Second lap, can he get anything more out of that 97 machine? Cross the line, a little slower to 13.375. Next out there, another Millertime Motorsports driver in that 39 machine. That is Josh Berkey. Josh Berkey in the 39 machine. First lap for Berkey, going to turn a 13.574, 13.574. Going to the bottom side of the raceway this time by to try to get more out of that car. He's going to come across the line at a 13.262, put him in that fourth position. It's good enough for fourth position for Josh Berkey. Next car out there is that 11 machine of Kenny Hoffman. Kenny Hoffman, your points winner, I should say, the points winner of this season. And he's looking to be crowned king on his first lap at a 13.325 for Kenny Hoffman. Hoffman's second lap at a 13.249. Move him up into the fourth spot for Hoffman. Next car out there is going to be the 72 of Randy Fritsch. Fritsch in the 72 machine of Helms Racing. First lap for him at a 13.363. 13.363. That second lap will be identical to the first lap, so Randy Fritsch will be in that 9th position. Next out there is an LGR Motorsports driver. That is the 56 of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves in that 56 machine. He got himself one win on the season this year. Looking to be crowned king tonight. Randy Shreves' first lap at a 13.570. 13.570 for Randy Shreves. Second lap going to be quicker at a 13.321. Move him into the 9th position. Next driver out there is going to be the 91 machine, a Millertime Motorsports driver of Chris Sign. Chris Sign in the 91. His first lap at a 13.504. 13.504 for Chris Sign. Second lap will be a little bit slower for Sign, so he'll be in the 14th spot. Next driver out there is Ty Shobilock from Chillicothe, Ohio in the 17 machine. Had a rough outing at the night before, but looking for a good night tonight. This is his first lap at a 13.588, 13.588. Across the line for this second lap. Ooh, a 13.234. Put him in the 3rd spot for Ty Shobilock. Next car out there. The 24 of Gavin Chatham. Chatham in the 24 machine. First lap at a 13.602. 13.602. Second lap going to be quicker to 13.406 for Gavin Chatham. He's in the 14th spot. Next out there is another Speed Shot 51 in that 4 machine. That's going to be Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser in the 4 machine. First lap for Kaiser to 13.460, 13.460 on the first lap. Opening lap was a pretty fast one. This one could be even faster here for Ross Kaiser coming out of turns 4. 13.262, just off the mark. He's going to be in that 7th spot. Next driver out there is the 91 machine of Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm in the 91. Matt Grimm living just right up the road up in Lima Land, Ohio, around Lima, Ohio. Sits a 13.648 on his first lap. 13.648 on his first lap. Second lap at a 13.328, much improved there. Move him into the 12th spot. Next car that is rolling out there on the speedway is the Speed Shop 51 of Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley, the 51 machine, the white and blue and red machine. He is the previous king of Millertime Motorsports. 51 of Clayton Tilley. Tilley going right at it on his first lap here. See what kind of lap time he turns on the opening lap. At a 13.288. 13.288 for Clayton Tilley. He's in the 10th spot. See if he can improve here on his second lap for Clayton Tilley. Coming out of turns 4, crossing the line. He's going to turn a 13.370. Next car out in the speedway is the 14 of Chase Wolf. Chase Wolf finished second in the night before the Kings of Millertime last night. He's out there on the speedway in the Helms Racing and Company. First lap for him at a 13.483, a 13.483. Second lap across the line for Chase Wolf. Much better at 13.248. 13.248. It's going to move him into the second spot here. Next car out there on the speedway, your winner of earlier, the Race of Champions, the 49 of Ryan Avila. Avila's first lap at a 13.602. 13.602. Exiting 4 here, trying to get more out of that car. A 13.205, and that's going to be quick time for Ryan Avila at 49. That's number 49 of Ryan Avila at 13.203. 13.203 for Ryan Avila, quick time. Next car out on the speedway is going to be a previous king, the king the first, the 22 of Brandon Boyles. Brandon Boyles in the 22 machine. His opening lap at a 13.325. Look for a little bit more here on the second lap. He will not get it. 15th quick for Brandon Boyles. You got the 26, the Australian of Sean Stevens. He won the night before. He's here tonight to try to get that title of King. Sean Stevens, he's out there for his first lap here in qualifying. First lap for Sean Stevens, a 13.636. 13.636. Final lap at a 13.283 for Sean Stevens. That's good enough for 11th quick for Sean Stevens. 2 more cars to hit the track in qualifying before we kick it over to heat racing. Right here is a Speed Chap 51 driver, the 17 of Eric Whitner. Eric Whitner has seen 4 poles this season. We gotta watch him and see if he can top Ryan Avila. That's on top of the leaderboard right now. His first lap at a 13.292. 13.292, good enough for 14th quick right now. Cross the line, he will improve at a 13.270. It's gonna be 10th quick for Eric Whitner. Your final car to take time is gonna be the 5 machine of YOB Racing of Sam Reed. Sam Reed in the 5 machine. First lap for Sam Reed is going to be a 13.422. A 13.422 for Sam Reed. His second lap will be slower here, so he'll be 24th quick on the board. Ryan Avila is your quick qualifier tonight for the Kings of Millertime. Back here with your heat racing action here in just a few moments.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We welcome you back for the night. The Kings of Millertime, the 4th weight. Your heat racing is about to start here. And we'll start with your starting lineup on this one. Starting on the pole, you got Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser in the 4 machine. He's been one to watch here at Eldora, and he's setting himself pretty here in the front row of this heat race. Starting in that second position is going to be Ty Shobilak. Ty Shobilak in the 17 machine. Starting third will be Ryan Avila in the 49. Fourth will be the 14 of Ben Ward. Fifth will be the 22 of Brandon Voiles. Sixth will be the 53 of Larry Bell. And the final spot will be the 91 of Chris Side. The top four will transfer into tonight's A main. It's time to let these guys loose, and let's find out who the king will be tonight. Your first heat race is about to start. Lights are out on the iRacing pace track. We have got the all clear to get these guys started for the first heat race of the night here at Eldora Speedway for the fourth running of the Kings of Millertime. Ross Kaiser has your command here on the front row. The quick guy, Ryan Avila, your quick qualifier tonight, is sitting in that second row inside. The green flag is out there. Ross Kaiser will jump out to your early race lead. You got Ty Shobilak that runs in the second position there. And then Ryan Avila runs third. Your final transfer spot right now belongs to Ben Wart. That position is starting to heat up, though, with Brandon Voiles right there on the back bumper. Here comes Ty Shobilak. Ty Shobilak to the inside, looking for the race lead on Ross Kaiser. Will not get it there. Had big momentum there. Ross Kaiser dips to the bottom side of the raceway. Here comes a run by Ty Shobilak again down the back stretch. Ross Kaiser blocks that move as Ty Shobilak goes to the top side. Ryan Avila runs in that third position as he watches in front of him. Shobilak and Kaiser racing on. Shobilak to the bottom again. Gets big time run on Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser shuts the door on Shobilak. That's a good battle there for the race lead. Brandon Voiles has been able to get around Ben Ward for the final transfer spot. The race up front with Ross Kaiser. Here comes Ryan Avila now to the inside of Shobilak. Side by side racing down the front stretch. Ryan Avila to the inside with us looking to the inside of Shobilak. Shobilak follows back inside, right in behind the 4 car of Ross Kaiser. These are a 12-lap heat racing. They're not 8. It's time to take the gloves off for these guys as we are 8 laps into the 12-lap heat race. Ross Kaiser leads the way. Ty Shobilak in second. Here comes a run for Ryan Avila. The slider, the crossover move by Shobilak. Great move there by Shobilak to get the position back from Avila. Ryan going to try another run here to the inside. Here he comes. Slider. Crossover move by Ty Shobilak. Drag race down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Ryan back underneath. He's going to try to take that position away here at the line. Side by side racing for that second position. Ross Kaiser absolutely loves seeing this. A side by side around with Ryan Avila and Ty Shobilak. Shobilak with the hard slider in 3 and 4. Comes Ryan Avila. White flag is out there for Ross Kaiser. One more trip around for him. The race is for second here with Ty Shobilak. Ty Shobilak, Ryan Avila with the hard slider right. Holds on to it somehow. Ty Shobilak will get that second position from Ryan Avila. They made contact there in 3 and 4. And Ty Shobilak somehow holds on to that car to hold on for that second position. Great racing there for your first heat race of the night. And we're ready for your second heat race of the night. And hopefully it brings as much excitement as it did in the first heat race. Starting on the pole in this one is going to be the 17 of Eric Whitner. Starting second, the 00 of Jeff Flero. Starting third, the 18 of Zach Dykstra. Starting fourth, the 51 of Clayton Kelly. Starting in the fifth position, the 91 of Matt Grimm. Starting sixth, the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. It's on the command of Whitner. Green flag is waving in heat race number 2. Here comes Jeff Blair to the inside. It's going to put a 3 wide. He thought about it. Here comes Jeff Blair for the race lead. Big, hard move. Look at that close battle there with Zach Dykstra. Jeff Blair, there is Clayton Tilley. He's looking to the second position now. Clayton Tilley running on the bottom side of the raceway. Trying to slide right up in front of Jeff Blair. Jeff Blair crosses back underneath. Jeff Blair sticks it clear down to the bottom side of the raceway. Clayton Tilley to the top side. Clayton Tilley still on the outside. Jeff Blair looking up the racetrack on Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley holds on to that second position as we speak. Eric Whitner is starting to open up his gap on Clayton Tilley. Zach Dykstra holds down the final transfer spot right now. He's battling it on with Jeff Blair to try to get himself out of the bubble. Clayton Tilley now starts to close on his teammate, the 17 of Eric Whitner, as you look out the front wheel there of Clayton Tilley. See Whitner there getting into the wall there on the exit of 4. That opened up the door for Clayton Tilley to move right to the back bumper of the 17 machine. Tilley's going to have a big run here on the exit of 4 on his teammate right there to him. 7 laps down of a 12-lap race, cutting down the racetrack. Here comes Clayton Tilley on Whitner. Zach Dykstra has taken over the 3rd position from Jeff Flaro. As Jeff Flaro drops out of this one, Matt Grimm is in the 4th position. Look at the last 5 laps of these drivers and see where they compare. Right now, comparison, Eric Whitner and Clayton Tilley are running identical. That time by, though, Clayton Tilley just a little bit faster than his teammate. Matt Grimm has the final transfer spot still. Zach Dykstra runs in that 3rd position. He started to find some clean air, and teammates get into each other there in turns 1 and 2. That was Clayton Tilley and Eric Whitner. Move Clayton Tilley up into the position as they do sliders on each other. Here comes Whitner back to the inside. He'll tuck back into the 51 and let Clayton Tilley go. While all that was happening, that opened up the door for Zach Dykstra to move into the picture. Dykstra's here to try to steal away that 2nd position. Right to the back bumper, they make contact. That sent the 18 into the wall, and it did look like he took some serious damage there. As we're on the white flag, one final trip around, one final turn. Clayton Tilley's going to get the win. Eric Whitner will come home 2nd. Zach Dykstra in 3rd, and a final podium, final transfer spot will go to Matt Grimm. We're ready for your 3rd heat race of the night. Starting on the pole on this one, the 84 of Brandon Surratt. Starting 2nd, the 11 of Kenny Hoffman. Starting 3rd, the 14 of Chase Wolf. Starting 4th, the 4 of Tyler Street. Starting 5th, the 72 of Randy Fritsch. Starting 6th, the 66 of Jason Haynes. Once again, 12 laps will be the distance here in this heat race. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're ready to go green flag here out of turns 4. That 84 of Millertime Motorsports will get us underway here in heat race number 3. Kenny Hoffman with the early move here in the heat race to take over the race lead on Brandon Surratt. Surratt's going to have to try and move to the inside to get that position back. As all that's going on, Chase Wolf decides he's going to take advantage of that to the bottom side and take it away momentarily. Chase Wolf there battling for the race lead. Big contact going back in there. You've seen cars going around as we stay green flag as we speak. Brandon Surratt, Randy Fritsch was involved back there. Tyler Street gets himself going, but he was involved as well. Back up front, Kenny Hoffman, Chase Wolf, Jason Haynes finds himself in the final or the third position, as the caution now finally flies out in the speedway.
up onto the speedway. We'll have that call here in just a moment. The cars are ready. Starting on the pole in this one, the 26 of Sean Stevens. Second will be the 36 of Josh Berkey. Third will be the 97 of Alex Hanna. Fourth will be the 56 of Randy Trees. Fifth will be the 76 of Bryson Hall. And sixth will be the 5 of Sam Reed.
Sean Stevens going to be able to get us underway here for 12 laps in his 4th heat race of the night. Green flag is out on the speedway here at Eldora Speedway. Alex Hanna dropped right up into the 2nd spot early in on this one. Randy Shreves moves into the 3rd position, and Bryson Hall on the opening lap moves into the final transfer spot. Josh Perkey back into the 5th position with Sam Reed in the 6th position. Sean Stevens still ripping down the top of the cushion like he did it the night before. 26 machine currently the fastest out there that last lap. Alex Hanna was quick in qualifying as well, so you can't count the 97 out. Randy Shreves lurking back here in the 56. He's in the 3rd position. And then Bryson Hay in the 76. He is battling on with Josh Perkey. Right now, he has that final transfer spot. Look on board with Sean Stevens here as he goes around Eldora Speedway. Lap after lap, Sean Stevens still cruising. He's the fastest out here on the speedway. Alex Hanna runs in the 2nd position. Randy Shreves in the 3rd. And now Josh Perkey has moved up into the 4th and final transfer spot. 7 laps down of the 12-lap race. Pretty much single file out here right now, gapping each other in this 4th heat race. That 1st heat race was pretty exciting racing as the track was pretty tacky for these drivers. Starting to see a transition as this track starts to gravitate towards the top side. You can see that dark clay, very shiny, very slick area of the raceway. Two more trips around for Sean Stevens to get his Heat Race 4 victory. Sean Stevens, we've talked to him before. He just has dreamed of being crowned king here in the Kings of Millertime. He's been around for a while. Had a good outing at Knoxville when he raced there and just came up short there at Knoxville. And he's hoping not to come up short here as he comes around for the checker flag for Sean Stevens. He will win the 4th heat race. Alex Hanna in 2nd, Randy Shreves in 3rd, and Josh Perkey will get the final transfer spot. Your B main is out there now, starting on the pole on this one. The 22 of Brandon Boyles. Starting 2nd, the 91 of Matt Grimm. Starting 3rd, the 84 of Brandon Surratt. Starting 4th, the 39 of Josh Perkey. 5th will be the 14 of Ben Work. 6th will be the 24 of Gavin Chatham. 7th will be the 6 of Jason Haynes. 8th will be the 76 of Bryson Hall. 9th will be the 53 of Larry Bell. 10th will be the 00 of Jeff Flero. 11th will be the 72 of Randy Fritsch. 12th will be the 5 of Sam Reed, and 13th will be the 91 of Chris Stein. I do apologize for those heat races. They were only taking 3, the top 3 out of those. That makes this B main just a little bit bigger. Got 13 cars. 9 cars will transfer out of this one. Lights are out. Brandon Boyles is on the command here in your B main. 18 big laps here in the B main before we get your field set for the Kings of Millertime. Brandon Boyle opens up a good gap here early in on this one. Matt Grimm runs second. But right behind him is Brandon Surt right on his heels. Ben worked to the bottom side, tried to dip underneath Brandon Surratt. You got Josh Berkey right behind Brandon Surratt. Those are teammates running right back to back to each other, 3 and 4. Gavin Chatham runs in the 6th position. The 9th and final transfer spot belongs to was Jeff Flair. Got a little crazy there as caution flag waves out in the speedway for the first time in the B main. As I was saying, Jeff Flaro has the final transfer spot. You have Jason Haynes, Chris Sine, Randy Fritch, and Sam Reed all on the outs right now. And if they don't get themselves within the top 9, they're going to be packing that trailer early tonight and going home, and no money for them. We have the lights out on the iRacing pace track. We're ready to go. Green flag once again here in the B main. Brandon Foyles is your race leader right now. He is a king the first. He will get us back underway here in your B main. About a 3-car battle back here with Josh Berkey, Jeff Calero, Ben Ward back there with the 3 wide. He was kind of caught in the middle there. Gavin Chatham, Bryson Hall. You got Larry Bell back here in the 8th position. He's 1 spot ahead of the 9th position. So he's good right now. Back up front still, you got the 2 Miller boys, Brandon Surt, Josh Berkey, running right behind each other in 3 and 4. Brandon Boyles is your race leader. Matt Grimm runs right behind him. Does Matt Grimm have anything for Brandon Boyles here in the B main? Jeff Calero still in the final transfer spot. Got lucky number 9 is the final one, but Sam Reed's coming after him on the inside. Sam Reed looking to the inside of Jeff Calero to take that final transfer spot away, and Larry Bell's right in the front of him. Back up front, Brandon Boyles is still your race leader right now. And you look at the last lap, and he is still the fastest guy out there. He's got that clean air, and it pays off to have the clean air right now. Good battling on back in here. Ben Ward battling Bryson Hall. You got Gavin Chatham there to the inside as caution flag waves as we slow her back down. 11 laps down of the 18-lap race. Randy Fritch and Sam Reed both involved in that. You can see them in the pits right now getting tangled up. As that's 2 cars down in this one. Chris Sine in 11th. 10th is Jason Haynes, and Larry Bell now falls on the bubble right now. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're back to resuming racing action. We just have 7 more trips around Eldora before we start tonight's A main. But before we do so, 4 drivers are going to be going home in this one. Sam Reed still has not entered back onto the surface. Randy Fritsch has not. So 2 drivers that are out there, Jason Haynes and Chris Sign, are both in jeopardy of being out of this one. Both Randy Fritsch and Sam Reed are out of it. Here comes Brandon Surt to the inside to try to take away a position on Matt Grimm. They race side by side. And now we start to see a little bit of racing action up front with Surt. Surt trying to take a position away from Matt Grimm. Grimm runs the tippy top of the racetrack. As you see, Brandon Surt there just runs right through the middle, and that seems to be coming alive now, that middle side. Brandon Boyles runs that kind of same line right down there, down along the bottom, mid-track up. Still on the bubble back here. Larry Bell has the position right now. Jeff Flaro's in it. Gavin Chatham on the outside here. He was dropping there for a second. Brandon Boyle still your race leader. Matt Grimm retakes that second position over from Brandon Surratt. Maybe the top side starting to come back in for him. Here comes Josh Perkey to the top side. He's trying to close in on the gap on his buddy teammate. They run 3 and 4. As Brandon Boyles enters 3 and 4, he's getting the white flag this time by. White flag is waving in the air for Brandon Boyles. Looks like Brandon Boyles is going to hold on to the win here coming out of turns number 4. Brandon Boyles will get the win. Matt Grimm in second. Third will be Brandon Surratt. Fourth will be Josh Perkey. Fifth will be Jeff Flaro. Sixth will be Ben Wart. Seventh will be Bryson Hall. Eighth will be Gavin Chatham. And the final transfer spot, Larry Bell gets it. We'll come back and we'll have your feature event coming up next.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Madam Susan, you are an even truer friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
What is that?
This is a spiced honey mead wine that I have really been into lately. So, dilly dilly, right?
Please follow Sir Brad. He's going to give you a private tour of the Pit of Misery.
I'm sorry, what? Pit of misery, dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on. Bud Light, brewed to be America's favorite light lager.
Welcome back. We're getting you set for tonight's feature event. Cars are finishing up their warm-up session out there as we are about to start the 4th Kings of Millertime and crown a king. Who will it be? Put your comments in the chat right now. Who is going to be crowned king tonight? Who is your pick to win? All right, here's your lineup for your 50-lap Kings of Millertime. The fourth one awaits. Starting on the pole here, the 26 of Sean Stevens. Starting second, the 11 of Kenny Hoffman. Starting third, the 51 of Clayton Tilley. Starting fourth, the 4 of Ross Kaiser. Starting fifth, the 17 of Ty Shobilak. Starting sixth, the 71 of Eric Whitner. Starting seventh, the 14 of Chase Wolf. Starting eighth, the 97 of Alex Hanna. Starting ninth, the 49 of Ryan Abelia. Starting 10th, the 18 of Zach Dykstra. Starting 11th, the 4 of Tyler Street. Starting 12th, the 56 of Randy Street. Starting 13th, the 22 of Brandon Boyles. Starting 14th, the 91 of Matt Grimm. Starting 15th, the 84 of Brandon Surratt. Starting 16th, the 39 of Josh Perkey. Starting 17th, the 00 of Jeff Flaro. Starting 18th, the 14 of Ben Ward. Starting 19th, the 76 of Bryson Hall. Starting 20th, the 24 of Gavin Chatham. And starting 21st, the 53 of Larry Bell.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
So please line up quickly, Sean. Kind of keep track or keep the field rolling out slow.
All right, we are now underway. We had some things we had to take care of on the official side of things, as now you see the cars starting to roll out onto the speedway. Sean Stevens sitting in the catbird seat. He couldn't have picked a better spot to be starting the Kings of Millertime. He's starting there on the pole. On the outside of him, Kenny Hoffman. He's had 3 wins on this season. Clayton Tilley, another strong contender there in third. Fourth, of Ross Kaiser on the outside of him. That front 2 rows, man, it's stacked, but you look on back and it's even more stacked. You got Ty Shobilock and Eric Whitner on back in there. You can see the track has really dusted off nicely here. We should see pretty good racing here out of these guys. Sean Stevens will let us loose here out of turns number 4. The iRacing pace truck lights are out. We're going green this time by. Sean Stevens leads the opening lap, but Clayton Tilley is right there as caution flag waves out on the speedway for the first time tonight. You can see that the cars are able to kind of move around a little bit down there. You have Kenny Hoffman and both Clayton Tilley was kind of searching around there. Stevens went straight to the top. He wants to be up there running the wall, but these Speed Shop 51 guys, it's right behind him. They're searching. They're searching right now. Shobilock inside the top 5. He has to be tickled to be right there early in on this race and hoping that he can stay within the top 5 after last night, the night before, he got in an incident and that ended his night in the 17 machine. He is more than capable of racing with these guys up front. All right, double file restart here to get us back underway here at Eldora for the 4th running of the Kings of Millertime. 50 still laps to go here. Long, long way to go in this one. Going to be on the command of 26, and he is on it. Green flag is in the air. On the 4th running. It's out there on the front stretch. Ryan Avila down there on the bottom side of the raceway. You see 3 and 4 wide around Eldora Speedway. Great racing action early in on this. Way off the throttle. You can hear the throttle there of Ryan Avila. Sean Stevens still leads it. Running the top side of the track. Clayton Tilley runs in the 2nd position. He's running the bottom side of the raceway. Kenny Hoffman's running the top side. And Clayton Tilley's going to have to put a slider in front of his nose to try to keep him back, but that's not going to do it. Kenny Hoffman back up into the 2nd position. Ryan Avila is still stuck down on the bottom side of the raceway. 3 wide there on the exit and gets tight. Somehow they make it out. All clear. Ryan Avila wakes it to the top side. Randy Shreves right there in behind him. Zach Dykstra up into the 8th spot right now. He's up 2 spots from the beginning of this race. But the big winner right now is Tyler Street. He's up 5 spots from the beginning of this race. Still Sean Stevens leading the race up front. Kenny Hoffman runs right there in the 2nd position. Clayton Tilley runs in the 3rd position right now with Eric Whitner in the 4th position. But Ross Kaiser all over the back bumper of Whitner. Kaiser to the bottom side of the raceway. Tries to get the bottom to start working itself in. Ty Shobilock back into the 7th position after starting 5th on that restart. He's dropped 2 spots here on the initial start. Alex Hanna back here in the 97. He's dropped 3 spots from the beginning. And Chase Wolf has also dropped 5 spots from the beginning of this race. See the 17 of Ty Shobilock getting in the wall just a little bit there. Here's a race for the lead. Kenny Hoffman to the lead. Sean Stevens was working the top side, and that opened up the door for Kenny Hoffman. Kenny Hoffman to the lead. The Love Machine, he's been in victory lane already 3 times this season. Here comes Sean Stevens to the bottom side of the raceway, slides right up in front of Kenny Hoffman. Side by side battling for that race lead. That's a good one right there with Sean Stevens and Hoffman. Who is going to prevail in this one? Hoffman to the top side, Sean Stevens to the bottom. Here comes Hoffman once again, cuts back over across Sean Stevens' nose. That's the side-by-side battle while all that's going on. Clayton Tilley starts to close the gap on both of them. Sean Stevens back to the front. Here's Hoffman back across. Back and forth. Clayton Tilley likes to lead. Hoffman in the wall. Opens up the door for Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens will take that position over with a hard slider. But here comes Hoffman back to the inside. Here comes Clayton Tilley. We're going to have a 3-car battle here for the race lead. Early in on this one, 14 laps down, and it is getting really wild up front. With Hoffman leading it, Sean Stevens in the second position. They're exchanging sliders. They are proving why this race right here, the Kings of Millertime, is one of the greatest that we've seen in iRacing. Clayton Tilley, big move to the bottom side to take the race lead. 3 wide there for the race lead on the exit of 4. Here's Sean Stevens, crosses back over Clayton Tilley. The Speed Shop 51 boys are there, and Sean Stevens is on the top side. 3-car battle for the race lead. Sean Stevens keeps it to the top side. Clayton Tilley takes the race lead over. Wow, what a move by Clayton Tilley to take the race lead over from Sean Stevens and Kenny Hoffman. We talked to Tilley earlier in the week, and he said when money is on the line, we show up. And now Tilley into the wall just a little bit. Did it do anything to his car is the question. Tilley goes to the bottom side, about mid-track, he drifts to the top side. Caution flag is not out. It's only flown 1 time in this race so far, and that was on the initial start. It's been all clean from there, with Clayton Tilley leading the way. Sean Stevens follows in second. Third is Kenny Hoffman. Ryan Avila, we have not talked to him since the drop of the green flag because of the great racing up front. Ryan Avila, 5 spots. He's in the position now. He is starting to close on these top 3 guys. Kenny Hoffman with a move on Sean Stevens to take the position away momentarily. Now Sean Stevens takes it back. Now Sean Stevens all over the back bumper of Clayton Tilley. Wow, what a race we have up front. Here comes Ryan Avila on Hoffman. That battle was for third. Ryan Avila with the slider on Hoffman. Move Avila up to the 3rd position momentarily, side-by-side racing action. Now Sean Stevens looks for the race lead on Clayton Tilley, not able to do it there in 1 and 2. This is a good battle with these 4 cars up here. And then you got Ross Kaiser that is lurking back there in the 5th position. Will that car come alive? We get our first caution flag of the evening. First caution flag flies out into the speedway. Right there, you've seen it. Hoffman tried to get to the outside of his teammate, Ryan Avila. Was not enough room out there, and Hoffman goes into the wall. Pretty rough one for him. And so Hoffman is not looking so pretty in this one now after he was racing with the best of them up there. Hoffman will turn that thing into pit road. He's going to have to go to the back. Now, there's plenty of time. 23 laps down of a 50-lap race. Kenny Hoffman now puts it in the pit road. Kenny Hoffman won 3 races on the season. Was hoping to come in here and be crowned king. He had a lot of confidence coming into the night. And just a small little racing incident between teammates there is all it took. And Hoffman is going to have to go to the back of the pack here. Great racing up front with these guys. You got 2 Australian guys up front, Clayton Tilley and Sean Stevens. And then you got a guy that's only been in the sim in that 49 car for 10 months, and he is doing what he needs to do. He's in the 3rd position. Ross Kaiser in the 4th position. He has started to come alive here as well. This is one of Ross Kaiser's best tracks here at Eldora Speedway, so Clayton Tilley, the previous king, trying to hold on to that title of King Tilley the fourth, third, and fourth, if he can get it done tonight. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. Get your breath together. We're about to go green flag once again. Green flag is waving. Ryan Avila to the inside of Sean Stevens. He'll take that position away. Sean Stevens to the inside now. You're right on board with Ryan Avila as a slider comes by Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens will reclaim that position momentarily. Comes Ryan Avila once again, sliding right up in front of the 26 of Sean Stevens. While that's going on, you got Ross Kaiser that's loving it, but now Ross Kaiser into the wall. These little mistakes, that's all it takes, and your night can be over in a very, very quick second as the 49 of Ryan Avila now takes over that second position and now has his sights on Clayton Tilley, the 51 machine. Tilley running a strong race out front right now. Take a look at the lap times. We'll look up at the last laps and see where the guys are running. Last time by, Ryan Avila was quicker than Clayton Tilley. This time by, Ryan Avila is still quicker than Clayton Tilley. Zach Dykstra has now moved up into the 7th position. Tyler Street is in the 8th position. Chase Wolf is up into the 6th position. Good on battle back here with Eric Whitner and Chase Wolf. Eric Whitner gets into the wall and gets way out of whack down to the inside. That opens up the door for several cars to get by Whitner. Whitner may have broken an axle there. He's all over the place. That car is not steering right for the 17 machine. His hopes of a king is pretty much toast now for that 17 machine. Race lead exchange. We have incidents there. As Ryan Avila takes over the race lead, the caution flag will wave. We'll go back and take a look at what happened. Looked like Clayton Tilley got into the wall and was not able to get off of the wall. As that is what happened, is front end of that thing's all torn up. There it is. You see it. There's the 51. Gets into the wall, up into the wall. Nothing he can do. Ryan Avila trying to stay off his teammate. Sean Stevens gets into him. And around goes the king of Clayton Tilley. Not a mistake that you normally see a lot by Clayton Tilley, but it did happen, and Clayton Tilley may have ruined his shot at a fourth king. We'll be right back here in just a few minutes. Wow is all I can say for Clayton Tilley. We did not see that coming, as it reminds us of week 1 of Port Royal, when in the heat race, Kitty Hoffman did something just similar at Port Royal and screwed his night up. And now we're seeing Clayton Tilley making a big mistake on the top side. And that's all it takes, guys. As this track is starting to thin out on the top side, there's not much room for margin of error. And you've seen Ryan Avila was starting to close the gap. And that momentum from Ryan Avila may have been what Clayton Tilley was so worried about and got too close to the wall, and it sucked him in. He couldn't get off. And that just ruined Clayton Tilley's night tonight. Ryan Avila will be your race leader to get us back underway. Ross Kaiser, there he is, in that number 2 spot, as we'll get set to go green flag here out of turns number 4. Chase Wolf gets a really good start. Chase Wolf to the race lead now. Big slider by Chase Wolf, trying to take over the race lead. Drag race down the backstretch. Here comes Chase Wolf for the race lead. We've seen him. He finished second last night, the night before, and he's coming after Ryan Avila. Avila reclaims the race lead over now. As Chase Wolf settles in for that second position now, here comes Ross Kaiser around him. Ross Kaiser, oh, and Chase Wolf got real close to Ross Kaiser there. As here comes one and only Zach Dykstra up into the third and fourth position. There comes Tyler Street as well. We are 34 laps in of a 50-lap race. We've seen this 49 machine up front. This kid is very, very young. As you see, he wears the SpongeBob helmet inside. He's a kid at heart, and he's having a blast out here at Eldora Speedway, leading in this thing, and he's going to come away. If he can win this thing over $500 on the weekend. No pressure there, young boy. Ross Kaiser in the second position in the 4R machine. Zach Dykstra runs in the third position. Still looking the last lap. Slaps 2/10 faster for Ryan Avila. He is on rails right now. Tyler Street to the outside of Zach Dykstra. That is for the third position. They run side by side. Chase Wolf, after trying to get the lead there on the opening restart, he's dropped back into the fifth position. Eric Whitner that we talked about, he went in for a little bit of repairs. They got that thing straightened out, and that 17 machine is up into the sixth position now. Clayton Tilley, we talked about him. He was leading the race in this one. His buddy Kenny Hoffman right in front of him. They run 11th and 12th now in this race. Back up front, it's still that 49 of Ryan Avila. He is putting down some awesome laps up front. As you can see, he's 2/10 faster that time, about a 10th faster than second place, which now belongs to Tyler Street. Tyler Street was able to get around Ross Kaiser. Tyler Street, keep an eye on him. Maybe that car is coming alive in the 4-star machine. Zach Dykstra trying to get around Ross Kaiser here late in this race. We only have 9 more circuits around. Ryan Avila looking for his first ever Kings of Millertime win. And he's doing what he needs. This kid is absolutely on fire today. He won the Race of Champions, picked up $100 from there. He done well in the points, finishing second, picked up money there. And he's looking to pick up Pater right here at Eldora Speedway for the night, the Kings Royal. Not the Kings Royal, the knockoff version of the Kings Royal, the Kings of Millertime. Tyler Street still runs in the second position. He's up 9 spots in this race. Ross Kaiser in the third position. Sean Stevens back there in the sixth position. Unfortunate for him that he got into Clayton Tilley when Clayton Tilley was in the wall. Clayton Tilley's moved up into the 8th position now. He's driving through this field pretty quick. Ryan Avila into the wall a little bit there. He's going to have to be careful here. We've only got 5 more laps to go. He's trying to push the needle ever so much. As last time by, still faster than Tyler Street. So he's continuing to build his gap on Tyler Street. Ross Kaiser runs third. Zach Dykstra fourth. Sean Stevens is your top 5. Kenny Hoffman back here in the 10th position. That's about where he finished in the Race of Champions. Riding on board with that 49 machine that has led it in this one after Clayton Tilley got into the wall. He was catching Clayton Tilley. Was really fast, and he's showing why he's a fat son of a gun up front here. Turning down some really fast laps late in this race. This track is widening way out for the 49 of Ryan Avila. We've got 2 more laps around for the 49 machine. We'll keep our eyes on that 49 as, again, that top side is ever so dangerous. I mean, one little mistake, you've seen what happened to Clayton Tilley as he's in the wall again, right in the wall on around. White flag waves, 1 more lap around. That time by, Tyler Street was faster, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Ryan Avila in 3 and 4, coming off of 4. Ryan Avila will be the youngest king to be crowned King Ryan Avila IV. He will get the win tonight. And a big celebration at the Avila household tonight. as over $500 is going their way for that 49 machine, and he is happy. Look at him spinning the wheels out there in turns 1 and 2. Oh, that kid put on a show for you guys. He was fast all weekend. As the 49 just so happy, and he even lands that thing. He sticks the landing. He's so good that he can stick that landing. Tyler Street comes home second. Good outing for him and a good payday for second position there. Ross Kaiser comes home third. Fourth was Zach Dykstra, and fifth was Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens having to wait another year to try to find that title. Chase Wolfman sixth. Seventh was Clayton Tilley coming back through the field after causing an issue there with turn 1 wall. Eric Whitner comes home in the 8th position. 9th was Matt Grimm, and 10th was Kenny Hoffman. Notable kings: King Brandon Voiles finished 15th. He was your first king. And then your second king, or third king I should say, was Clayton Tilley the third. He finishes in 7th. He may have had something there at the end, but man, Ryan Avila ran the wheels off of that thing. And when we come back, we'll talk to all 3 of these drivers: Ross Kaiser, Tyler Street, and Brian Avila.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway, as we got Ross Kaiser now here, and he was the 3rd place finisher tonight. Ross, it's tricky out there. That wall was very narrow and very fine line to make an easy mistake, and normally we'd see something like you do that, but that wasn't the case. Your buddy Clayton Tilley was the one on the other side of that. What was it like out there?
It was pretty dead. Felt really good in warm up, a little tricky. Track definitely burned off pretty quick. Feature went to the bottom early, lost a few spots, got him back in the end due to some wrecking, but yeah, I just felt a little off on the top. Broke my car like mid race, and then just put the wing to -10 and tried to hold her straight on top. But yeah, was quick up to second, then made a few mistakes, lost second to Tyler, and then Tyler was just running smooth. I was making more mistakes, and Ryan checked out and got the win. Definitely a fun race though. Got to thank all you guys for putting it on. It was fun though. It was nice seeing Tilly be the one to mess up and lose the race, but yeah, it's fun times.
Looking at it now that the race is over, is there anything that you could have done differently that'd be able to pick up this win?
Oh yes, definitely. I totally screwed up some minor adjustments I made on my own car, and it definitely screwed me. I had to move the wing to 10 right away, and it definitely screwed me in the long run.
Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish here. It still pays out pretty good money for finishing in 3rd. Is there any sponsors out there you want to thank?
Yeah, of course. Everyone over at Momentum Sim Sports, Speed Shop 51, all those guys are a great help. Ryan Avila, Clayton Tilley, Eric Whitner, Kenny Hoffman, Aiden Forster, all those guys are good help throughout the weeks. But yeah, it was a good run.
All in all, good run for Ross Kaiser inside the top 3, and Ross Kaiser puts it on the podium tonight. We'll move it on to Tyler Street. Tyler Street finishes in the 2nd position. Good outing for him. Came through the field very nicely. Tyler, take us through that race. Did you ever have anything for Ryan Avila up front?
I think I could have. If we had a late caution, I think I would have easily had something for him. But I got caught up in the wreck there earlier, and then I had a bent right front. I could tell the right front was bent after hitting the wall enough times off of 4, and I don't know. It would have been super close. It just would have been really close to see if I could have had something for Ryan.
Ross Kaiser said that whenever you got by him, that you were just so much smoother than what he was. And that was kind of the thing. The playing out is just be smooth up there, as there was a narrow margin of error up there on the top side. And we seen a guy that normally don't make a whole lot of mistakes, of way of Clayton Tilley, made a mistake up there. How fine of a line was that running the wall up there?
It was very fine. I just I had to just keep myself in the zone and just just run clean laps and try to get as much up there as I could. And a lot of people didn't know, but I made my own setup for this, and I ran it there that race for earlier today, and I used that setup again. And man, it's makes myself really happy to make a setup and be able to use a setup that I made and made it work, and it worked really good. And but congrats to Ryan on that win. He definitely deserved it. He's been fast all year long.
Absolutely, he has been, and congratulations to you on a fine season and a podium position in the Kings of Millertime. I mean, it's a tough one to win. You're one position away from being crowned Tyler Street the fourth. We may see it come again, but you're going to have to wait another year for that one. Congratulations again on that second place finish. Any sponsors out there before you let you go?
Yeah, I got to thank Redline Race Design, One Wish Foundation, Finish Line Repair, LGR Motorsports. I got to thank Jake and Coulter at Redline Race Designs. They created this Cody Dara lookalike for me, and I'm a big fan. I was a big fan of Cody Dara, so maybe this new paint means something for me. Maybe it's kind of changed a little bit and add a little bit extra speed for me. So it's been a good season. Some up and downs. I wish I would have had a win for the season, but I'm happy with how we ended with the year.
When you look good, you feel good, and you felt good tonight. He finishes second tonight to Ryan Avila. All right, next up is going to be Ryan Avila, and Ryan Avila is in victory lane and celebrating with his family. I imagine so. Ryan, just tell me right now, how does it feel to be named Ryan Avila the fourth?
Oh man, it's a title I've wanted for sure, so it's pretty good.
So we talked earlier today, whenever you won the Race of Champions, that the nerves driving these is still there because you haven't been in this car but 10 months. What was it like knowing that you only had 5 laps to go and you're going to be cashing in on a nice payday?
Well, I wasn't too excited, I got into Kenny a little bit. I seen it differently than how he did. I'll talk to him after the race. I talked to him after the race, of course. We'll figure out something with like the money, never want to do that with your own friend or your own teammate in that case. But yeah, I wasn't driving it too hard. I knew I had something. The car was dominant all weekend. Yeah, just pretty big payday.
Fantastic. Yeah, we seen that little incident there with you and Kenny Hoffman. Didn't see any kind of issues there. Kind of a racing deal. You guys are racing hard for, the gloves got to come off whenever you're in such a position as this kind of race. The money's there. I imagine it's the same way as the pros. You're all a team in the end, but man, it's a driver's sport here, and you proved that you were fast out there. And once you got out front, you kind of checked out from everybody. And I've asked everybody else, what was it like running the wall up there? Because it looked very, very fine line because your teammate Clayton Tilley made a mistake up there on the top side.
Yeah, he got into the wall, and he's Australian, so it's a bit of like latency and on the visual side on how I seen it. He got into the wall and he didn't. He just strained it out, and I ran right into him. I couldn't do much there. Like I wasn't broken, but unfortunately he was out, and well, I guess it caused up a big wreck. But yeah, it's very hard. You got to be focused when you're doing it. You got to have the right setting so it just like stays right above the cushion or right on the cushion and not just falls off or gets into the wall like some people had gotten or had did.
Was there any point in that race where you had that, oh my gosh, I'm about to lose this whole thing, like Clayton Tilley did?
I think that moment right there when he got in the wall, I was like, oh, I'm going with him. And then when I got into Kenny, I thought I would get the EOL on if how the admin's seen it, if it was my fault or it was just a racing deal. But yeah, it's racing. My bad. just racing. I see it as.
Well, congratulations again, Ryan Avila. Congratulations on being named Ryan Avila the fourth king in Millertime Motorsports, and you can wear it proudly as you are the youngest winner to ever win it. Go celebrate, man. Go celebrate. Any sponsors you want to shout out to?
Yeah, Momentum Sim Sport, SweetShop51.com. They just amazing setups, week in, week out. Some of the best drivers come from there. So if you start somewhere, or if you start with us, you always get to somewhere. So yeah, Trackside Collective, Tiltec Racing Products, Verdict Clothing, CT Designs, CD Cinematography, and my mom and dad for just sticking with me through this.
We'll see you next year, Ryan. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, and that's all we have here at Eldora Speedway. That was the fourth running of the Kings of Millertime. They've been historical. This one was historical as Ryan Avila, the youngest driver that we've ever had, win the Kings of Millertime, the fourth running. He's able to get it done here at Eldora for 50 laps around Eldora Speedway, the famous Eldora Speedway. That's all we have, folks, with all of us here at Dirt ITV. We appreciate you guys tuning in, watching all weekend long at the Big 3 at the Big E. And it was exciting. Ryan Avila gets the win. From all of us, good night. Have a great holiday season and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.